Welcome back to Hutchinson, Kansas and the Hutchinson Sports Arena. Northwest Florida has just defeated Cowley 85-70. With us right now is head coach Steve DeMeo of the Northwest Raiders. Coach, amazing win over a really good Cowley ball club. Great defense from start to finish. Coaches are never happy with the defense. You're never happy. Always want more. Sure. But I thought you took a really good punch from them at the end of the first half, and you came out and you really just dominated the second half of play.
To your point, I thought I was outstanding, except for like about a 6-minute stretch down to the end of the first half. Jeff went bananas. He hit 3 threes on us, and the second half he didn't make a 3. So that really changed the game. Our defense stepped up, and our guys have guarded all year long. They really have, and it was a special group. Jamal Sumlin and Tavion Banks and, Tawan Simpkins and Tyrese Elliott played well. It goes down all down the line.
Coach, you and I have known each other for a while now, and so I'm sure at the end of that half, you went in there, read some inspiring poetry maybe, something like that, some Walt Whitman, something like that to get the guys fired up to come back out there. But, what did that game plan look like going into halftime saying, hey, we got to change some things?
No, we don't have to change anything. We just had to pay attention to what we talked about, which is taking away the 3 and don't give them any layups or dunks. And like I said, they're a really good team, but they need 3s to get going, and they need layups, and they need big boy number 22 to get going. He had an outstanding game tonight. Corey Thomas, finished with 20 points. I think he's a high-level player. I've been a big fan of him for 2 years now, and we stepped up our defense and we rebounded the basketball. We finished with 46 out of 37. That's the difference. And also, the sleeping part of it is we had 12 turnovers in the first half, only 6 in the second half.
Yeah, Coach, the one thing I wanted to ask you about, at times it seems like you kind of play 4 guards or 4 very versatile players. Not many teams at this level can do that, and I think one of the reasons why you can do that, these are bigger guards, and they're pretty versatile, and I think a guy like Jamal Sumlin is really tough, and they're able to go in there and box out and play maybe bigger wings at time. I really love the versatility of your players.
He was Coach Player of the Year in our league, and it has nothing to do with offense. It's all the rebounding numbers and guarding the other team's best players. He's guarded 5s in our league, 4s, 3s, 2s, and he's incredible on the ball. So whenever we can put him on a big guy, it kills me because I really want him on the ball. But he's an incredible player, and he's proven that that's what he's done all year long.
Coach, talk a little bit about Tavion Banks. He's a player that coming into the season, there was a lot of expectations. He's had his moments, but tonight he really stepped up, kind of flexed and said, hey, I got this, right?
Yeah, Tavion's had up and down here, but that happens to guys. And, every year in junior college you have a new team, and guys are trying to figure out who they are. But, he's been playing great of late. He also had a little bit banged up his knee in the state championship game, but he's back from that with a brace on. He's focused. He wants to win. He's a team guy, and whatever we need him to do, he does. He guarded number 3 for a while on the perimeter. He guarded an inside guy. He finished with how many rebounds? 12? He finished with 14
rebounds.
12. That's unbelievable in this type of game against a really good team like that.
And I want to ask you one question. Well, I'll get you out of here. I felt you had this ace up your sleeve coming into the national tournament, and that was Jacques Schuler, right? Sure. Not a lot of guys have just a 7-footer laying around. You bring him into the game. I thought he gave you 8 good minutes. He came out, even hit a 16, 17-foot jump shot.
Yep. He's a good player. He's long, and he's got length that affects people at the rim. He's an unbelievable passer. And he can shoot the ball too. But it's going to take him time to acclimate. As we play different teams, it's going to be different lineups. We're up big. We needed guards in the game as opposed to a big guy in the game. But he could play for someone because he's a really good player.
Coach, congratulations. A great win tonight against a very good Cowley team.
Thank you
continue your tour of the state of Kansas as you get to play number 1 Barton next. Good luck.
Is that who we have next?
I think so.
Yeah, no,
he hasn't even thought.
You haven't looked. No. I know you haven't looked ahead.
And honestly, I know they're well coached. I watched the game earlier. Unbelievable team. But he's right. We can't look past the game you have in front of you. Now we got a day and a half to prepare, and then all we'll do is focus on Barton now.
Awesome. Coach, congratulations.
Much,
enjoy the win. Enjoy the time with your team.
Thank you, my friend.
That was Coach Steve DeMeo with Northwest Florida State, national runner-up from a season ago. They're looking to continue their winning ways in Hutchinson, Kansas, defeating Cowley 85-70. Brandon, a little bit about, as we kind of recap quickly this game, Northwest Florida hit 32 out of 57 shots from the field, sizzling the nets.
I think that's good.
I mean, that's good at any level.
You know what was interesting about it too is that there wasn't really any one way that they were getting those shots. Early on in transition, they were jumping gaps, they were getting steals, they were getting up and down the floor. Then when they went into the half court, they were finding those open shooters. It felt like they were a lot more from three. They're 6 of 13, which is great percentage-wise. I felt like they made 16 threes. I don't know why. It just seemed like everything they were putting up was going in.
You know, Northwest Florida, I think one of the things they do is they just crush your soul by scoring late in the shot clock, right? They don't panic like a lot of teams do, and so many teams at this level will take a bad shot under 5 seconds on the shot clock, right? Northwest Florida knows they might still have a ball reversal, 2 dribbles, and get a nice mid-range shot. They didn't take many bad shots in this game.
And, you know, Tawan Simpkins has been phenomenal all year. And you're right, he doesn't get sped up. He takes smart shots. And I was thinking about this as we were watching it. You know, he redshirted last year, played this year, wouldn't have played a lot for that really good team last year. And I almost kind of wonder that maybe during that redshirt year, that was the most beneficial thing for him, to be able to sit there and actually observe and learn. Because even if you're a player that doesn't play a lot, you're so focused on if you hear your name called. You know, that pressure was off and allowed him to really learn, and so he's seeing the game at a different level than a lot of players.
Absolutely. Great game tonight from Northwest Florida. Now we turn our attention. We have an amazing night slate for us. We have South Plains, Panola, and we end with Triton, Trinity Valley. We get to see the firm in person. South Plains, Panola, let's talk about this first, Brandon. Panola had a really impressive win yesterday. Very, very good depth on this team. They hit threes, 13 out of 31 from the field, but everything's different tonight because the talent level goes up 3-4 notches against South Plains. For the people who haven't seen South Plains, Mr. Goebel, tell the fans what Coach Hayden Sowers has brought to Levelland this year.
There's a lot of length, there's a lot of toughness, there's a lot of intensity, there's a lot of athleticism, there's a lot of things. You know,
a lot of good things.
A lot of good things. And you know, Coach Sowers will tell you that they had a little bit of a stumble towards the end of the season, and man, did they take that personal. They're coming in here, I think, in the right mindset to really take a deep run at this. They have the potential National Player of the Year in Malik Ewan on the floor, which is always nice to have. And Jabari McGee is one of the best and toughest guards in the country as well.
Very good at defending the three is South Plains, but so is Panola. If South Plains does have a kryptonite, it's going to be their outside shooting, especially guys not named Jabari McGee. So it's going to be really interesting to see where something has to give, I think, in this game, right? Because I think Panola is going to pack it in, try to make things as difficult as possible for Jalen Hampton, Malik Ewan to get it inside, and they're probably going to try to take away Jabari McGee. Opportunities for the guys on the perimeter, the Jamari Hills, to step up and maybe have a big game.
You know, the other interesting matchup here is, you know, when you're talking about South Plains, you're going to immediately pivot to Malik Ewan. How is Yafet Mundi going to defend him? And if Yafet plays with like his hair's on fire. So Malik has become such a better defender over the course of the season. I told Hayden in the Jamboree season that if Malik doesn't figure out how to defend, I don't care how talented he is offensively, I don't know how much you can play him.
Right.
He figured it out.
He figured it out real quick.
So, you know, is Yafet going to be able to be as effective? He's definitely not anywhere near as big as Malik. And is Malik going to, get to his spots and kind of dominate that post? We'll see.
Yeah, and let's not look past Vianney, the big man, the big V, the man who looks like Vinny Baker. Came in last night, 7 block shots, and one of my favorite players in the tournament, the man from Grenada, Enel St. Bernard, the big dog.
He's got some dog in him.
He has some dog in him. Big dog, about 7 and 7, 7.7 rebounds a game. Really impressive freshman, a lot of length, versatile guy. I think he's going to be a key cog if Panola is going to pull an upset tonight.
Absolutely. And of course, Jonah Hampton, whose recruitment has really just kind of exploded in the last couple months. You know, is he going to be able to just kind of settle down, understand that this is just a game like any other, and you know, go and get those buckets that Panola is going to have, because I'm going to tell you, South Plains is going to score.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game, guys. This is a Region 5, Region 14. It's a battle of 2 Texas juggernauts. make sure, if you haven't done so already, this is your opportunity. Subscribe to ESPN Plus. They're doing an amazing job on the coverage. Mr. Goebel is going to give you a live break-in at the under 8 timeout, talk to you about all the recruitment for these kids that are in the game. So make sure you're subscribed to ESPN Plus. Stay with us. At the conclusion of the game, we're going to have a recap of this game, and then we're going to preview what do we got coming up next. It's Triton, the Firm versus Trinity Valley. You guys have a great night of basketball. Stay with us from the Hutchinson Sports Arena.